Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, unfortunately for some people, it is not a great and wonderful day because some of them are just garbage people. They are monsters in the making, and there's just a lot to have to go over, right? So, we're going to be talking about P. Diddy a little bit, the man that is, despicable in every way, but there's a bit of interesting stuff. You'll probably hear me say some things that you may not like, mostly due to the fact that I'm not the same person that you think that I am, but I do still think this guy is questionable, and a lot of these celebrities are apparently deleting some of their tweets because, they might be relation to Diddy. So, and I don't mean the good relation either. So what we have here is just this. Sean Diddy Combs forced women to have great relations with guests at drugged-up parties, says a dancer who wants rapper in jail for life. Shortly before Sean Diddy Combs was charged with federal counts of racketeering and sex trafficking, adult entertainer Adira Sherry English had filed an explosive lawsuit against the hip-hop magnate. Diddy, who was pleaded not guilty, has gone several different names, one of more recent of which was Love, but from the tone of English's complaint filed on July 2nd, she wouldn't agree with the affectionate nickname. Now, again, there's it says here that Adria Sherry English filed a complaint against Diddy. She claims to have been pressured into having sex with guests at Diddy's parties. And, okay, so here's the thing that people are not going to like me saying, right? But a lot of the times, what we have here is, why is this so large? Excuse me, go down. Okay, is that a lot of the times we have women that are very popular artists, whether they be pop star artists, rap artists, strong metal, rock, etc., anybody that's famous that has a lot of money, we end up usually finding a lot of the times that, well, they'll go and bring up bogus accusations against these people, and they didn't actually do these things, right? And that's kind of like where I'm going from, right? And I'm not trying to defend Diddy in any way, but it happens more than enough times to think like, okay, what's going on here? What is your aim? What is your goal? Because they could have been with them, they could have slept with them, they could have not have it, etc., and this could just lead to something that's just completely phallus, right? So again, this is just something that I see, that I know, that goes around, and it's just something that please pay in mind that this is things that sometimes women do in this regard. The things that we were forced on me to do haunt me to this day. English, who claims in her lawsuit and a criminal complaint that Diddy pressed her to have unwanted sex with his party guests, told the Post, etc., goes on to say, according to the complaint, and English's Miami-based attorney, Ariel Mitchell-Kidd, during 2004 and 2005, she banned to go dancing at the Hamptons parties put on by Diddy. English, who had had experience working for Larry Field's Hustler Club, and sometimes used the stage name Monique, says in the suit that around the third party things change. She goes back to work at the party, seemingly as a go-go dancer. Mitchell Kidd told the Post, based on English's claim in this suit, then Mr. Combs directs her to have, sex with one of the guests. That was the first time she was required to perform sex acts at a party. Sources have told the Post the essential component who would be something of a party within the party by 2 in the morning. The parties would essentially thin out, and then everybody who was still there was kind of the shit, if you will. As it got later and later, the people who remained were about the debaucherous activities. Describing alleged activities, which are also listed in the lawsuit, Mitchell Kidd said, my client and others engaged in sex acts and where there was possibly more open drug use. It was more prevalent, and nobody's trying to hide it, etc., So all that great stuff, right? Now, here's the thing that I have a problem with this, right? Is that she was a go-go dancer and all that great stuff, right? And the issue that I have with this is that this is like years afterwards, right? And that's my problem. It's like, I could understand. I'm not trying to defend the Diddy in any way, but what I'm getting at here is that when these things happen to you and you did not like it or whatever, or you were forced to do something that you did not want to do, then it's quite easy to just go to the police and report that this has actually happened and all that, right? Instead of doing it like 10, 15, 20 years ago, years later. That's my problem with this. It's a huge problem that I have, and again, this is a huge issue. Now, we'll be going over stuff here that I would deem that Diddy actually did all this stuff, right? And all these horrible acts. So, again, we have this here, saying Sean Diddy Combs slept with young boys and a famous pop star, made tapes, shocking claims in Kim Porter's book, and all that stuff. So we have that here. Then we have this saying Jennifer Lopez seen in bed with ex Diddy at one of his parties, and resurfaced photo amid his sex trafficking charges. Photos of Jennifer Lopez in bed with her ex Diddy have resurfaced following the disgraced rapper's recent arrest. Diddy, 54, was taken into custody in New York on Monday as part of a sex trafficking investigation and is currently held at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center. Denied bail, he has been placed on suicide watch after being indicted for sex trafficking, racketeering, and prostitution-related charges. That's weird, right? So, like, again, I know it's like, it sounds pretty much like Epstein, right? That's what's kind of what it's sounding like, right? I said, again, we have this here. Khloe Kardashian recalls seeing Justin Bieber at Diddy party where half the people were butt naked. So, there's been accusations there. And then we have this here. Diddy selling freak-off videos on dark web for $500 million, featuring Justin Bieber, Drake, etc., claims Jaguar right. So, there's some interesting and uncomfortable and disgusting things happening there. And then Leonardo, this man here, DiCaprio, breaks silence on hanging out with Sean Diddy Combs as picture emerges of him at Notorious White Party. Leonardo DiCaprio has distanced himself from Sean Diddy Combs after a picture of him at one of the music mogul's notorious white parties emerged. A source close to the Hollywood actor 49 said he hadn't had anything to do with Diddy for years. Combs, 54, was arrested last week and indicted in the Southern District of New York on charges of racketeering, sex trafficking, and trafficking to engage prostitution. The rapper is accused of forcing women in elaborate and produced sex performances described as freak-offs, which, yeah, not great. But, again, the point being is, I don't think just because you are with people or you were at these parties that you knew what these people were doing, obviously. I mean, it's weird that a lot of these celebrities are doing this weird debauchery stuff. And it's another reason why I keep on trying to tell people, stop following and oogleizing and loving these celebrities as you do see fit. Like, for example, I love Breaking Benjamin. I like Benjamin Burnley. I think he's a great singer. I really love his music, one of my favorite bands. But you're not going to see me oogling and foaming at the mouth over Benjamin Burnley because he could just be a despicable, terrible person. I don't idolize these people, but I do respect their art and their work. And the problem is that we have a lot of people that just have to put these celebrities in such high regard that they're amazing people when in complete reality, they're just not. They're probably terrible people. And in fact, I dare say a lot of these celebrities are disgusting, horrible people, right? Like, they're not great people. It's quite evident that this is the case, right? And of course we have this here saying, internet puzzled as celebs delete their entire tweet histories. So, fans were puzzled after Usher deleted his entire formerly Twitter history days after his close friend and mentor Sean Diddy Combs was arrested and charged with sex trafficking. Why? And then we says, as of today, tweets from the singer's account had disappeared, including his posts, media, and replies. And eagle-eyed social media users have noticed the same thing has happened to fellow singer Pink's ex account. The star's account now shows just 2 tweets, both retweets, and for more than 5 years. So let's see here if this is actually the case. We can just go here. Go to Pink. Let it load. And yeah, we have this here. Oh, that's weird. So it's almost been completely scrubbed. Why? Only 2 here. That's odd. What's going on there, Pink? So, again, this goes to form, right, that what do these people have that they're hiding? Like, what are they hiding? Because if you're not actually a victim, if you actually didn't know or you didn't participate in any of these things, then there's no reason for you to delete your Twitter, to delete your tweets, delete your Twitter, etc., stuff like that, right? Because you're not a victim, you're not a person that did this. You didn't advocate for this stuff. You're not a perpetrator. So you deleting these tweets is very, very odd, and I wonder what is really behind all this, right? Fans questioned why the R&B singer 45 expunged his profile, especially while he's in the middle of his highly anticipated past present future tour. And again, we'll go to Usher just so people can be all happy and dandy, right? We'll go to Usher. What is going on here? And all this stuff. So all this stuff from here, but we go to replies. That's weird. These replies are really just... account got hacked and damn, y'all ran with it. See y'all tonight at the Intuit Dome. Yeah, alright. We're going to believe that, Usher. We're going to believe that. So, again, this is what's going on here. And it says, what are the Diddy tapes that left police labeling Sean Combs as bad as Epstein? Disgraced rapper P. Diddy is as bad as Jeffrey Epstein, according to a police officer who has visited the so-called sex rooms packed full of bondage gear and hidden cameras where the Diddy tapes were allegedly recorded. Oh my. So, yeah, that's not going too well here. It's really quite interesting here, right? Then, again, of course, they say the indictment explained Diddy's charges, which the Mirror revealed last week, stated that Diddy manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated performances, sexual activity with male commercial sex workers, etc., etc. So, yeah. I don't know, guys, but this guy seems like he's a pretty terrible, awful person. And it really questions on to... really makes things be hit a lot more home when these two people end up deleting their Twitter, pretty much scrubbing it out of existence. And, yeah, and they looking too great for the diddler, I guess you could say. So, yeah, this is what's going on here in the celebrity world. Just to let this be a reminder, guys, just don't follow these celebrities. They're probably and most likely awful people, majority of them. And when things like this get exposed, it really makes you kind of think, who else knows everything that's going on? And who else has been with this sex trafficking scandal? Because, whoo boy, there's a lot of mystery going on here. Well, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. This is algorithmic disease, the social media.